An object of extraordinary technological sophistication has been discovered. A flawless metallic sphere crashed onto a farm in Colombia, leaving a 30-foot ring of lifeless grass. There was no visible damage from impact, no seams, no joins, just a smooth, alien metal surface etched with strange, shifting symbols. X-ray imaging exposed a structure of nested shells with floating microspheres suspended inside. Soon after, it inexplicably gained 6 pounds of mass, defying the laws of physics. When a quantum AI system deciphered the code, it revealed mathematical constants describing the universe with a precision beyond human measurement. Gravitational readings linked to it matched those of colliding black holes and pointed to cosmic coordinates uncharted by science. Soon after, another identical object appeared in Japan. Could this be humanity's first brush with an advanced civilization? Are we under observation or part of an experiment? What might follow once the remaining symbols are decoded? On March 17, 2025, at exactly 2:47 in the afternoon, power lines above Juan Velasco's farm near Buga, Colombia, suddenly snapped as if cut by invisible force. A metallic object had plummeted from the sky, slamming into the ground with the power to create a crater. When authorities and scientists arrived expecting wreckage, they found something that defied logic. It was a perfect sphere, no dents, cracks, or scratches, its mirrored surface reflecting light like frozen liquid mercury. Yet, what captivated the most wasn't the sphere itself, but its surroundings. The grass forming a precise 30-foot circle around it was completely dehydrated, not scorched, but sucked dry, as if all moisture vanished instantly. Velasco mentioned hearing an eerie sound, a blend of wind chimes and whale song, moments before the crash. His daughter Maria cried uncontrollably until moved far from a crater, while even their dog refused to approach the site for several weeks. Experts from Bogota and later international scientific teams examined the mysterious artifact, measuring exactly 30 centimeters, about 12 inches, in diameter and weighing 16 pounds. Despite lying in the soil for hours, its surface felt faintly warm to the touch. Symbols carved into the metal left linguists speechless. The patterns didn't match any writing, ancient or modern. Many describe them as shifting visually when studied too long. High-resolution scans revealed its inner design was beyond comprehension. The sphere contained 3 seamless, nested shells, each made of an aluminum alloy 95% pure with an unidentifiable 5% composition. Between the shells floated 9 microspheres, perfectly suspended in space with no visible means of support, aligned according to the Fibonacci sequence and the golden ratio. Extracting them was impossible without destroying the artifact. At its center rested a tiny chip, about the size of a grain of rice, showing circuitry more intricate than anything built by humans. Electron microscopy revealed designs so complex they bordered on biological. The entire object was seamless, no welds, no assembly marks, no possible method of construction known to modern science. Even the most advanced 3D printing or nano-manufacturing techniques couldn't reproduce its tolerances. Temperature experiments revealed it constantly maintained a precise warmth of 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, the same as the human body, regardless of environment. Cooling or heating had no effect. It remained stable, as if self-regulated. For half a year, top analysts worldwide struggled to understand the markings on its surface. Cryptographers, linguists, and artificial intelligence systems compared every alphabet and script in recorded history without success. Then a breakthrough emerged from MIT. Researchers proposed that the analysis itself might be limited by human logic, so they handed the problem to a quantum-based artificial intelligence. Traditional computers explore one path at a time. Quantum systems evaluate all possible states simultaneously, collapsing only when the correct pattern emerges. MIT's team combined IBM's Condor quantum processor with Google's Sycamore architecture to form a computational lattice unmatched in capability. At midnight, they fed the symbols into the system. By 3 a.m., patterns began to surface. The engravings turned out not to be language at all, but mathematical expressions, representations of the universe's fundamental constants. The first translation revealed Planck's constant precise to 15 decimal points, the smallest measurable unit of energy, the foundation of quantum mechanics itself. The next pattern uncovered represented the golden ratio, nature's most recurring number, appearing everywhere from the spirals of hurricanes to the structure of galaxies and even within the twists of DNA. Yet these engravings were not mere approximations. The precision inscribed into the sphere surpassed the accuracy of our finest instruments. Whoever engineered this artifact possessed knowledge of physics that far exceeded our own. It was as though we had stumbled upon the universe's instruction manual. As quantum processors delved deeper into the analysis, additional universal constants emerged from the surface. The exact value of the speed of light appeared first, followed by the gravitational constant that dictates how matter pulls on other matter across space. Then came the fine structure constant, the number that binds atoms together, carved with accuracy extending beyond what human tools could verify. The quantum system went even further, identifying the electromagnetic coupling constant, the weak nuclear force ratio, and dozens of other figures that define the laws governing existence itself. These carvings were not simple scientific records, they embodied the mathematical framework of reality. The artifact wasn't expressing itself through human language, it was communicating through the pure logic of physics. Dr. Sarah Chun of Caltech made an observation that left the scientific world unsettled. The sphere didn't merely list constants, it arranged them in a deliberate sequence and relationship hinting at something extraordinary. If one were to store the operational framework of space-time, it would look exactly like this. It wasn't a message or a blueprint, it was the foundational code that allowed the universe to function. The implications were beyond comprehension. Humanity had spent generations uncovering these constants through experimentation and theory, yet this object contained every one of them with precision surpassing our own technology. It was akin to discovering a smartphone in ancient Egypt, except this device held the schematics for constructing universes. The quantum decryption revealed something far more disturbing. The numerical relationships between constants indicated they might not be passive descriptions, but dynamic mechanisms capable of manipulation, if understood deeply enough. The sphere could be more than a cosmic database. It might hold the capacity to alter the fabric of physical law itself. Then came the messages encoded within gravitational data. The second layer of its inscriptions revealed frequencies rather than numbers, unique gravitational wave patterns identical to signals documented by the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory, LIGO. These frequencies match the sounds of black holes colliding billions of years ago, cataclysmic events that distort the very framework of space-time. However, the engravings went beyond LIGO's known records. Embedded within were signatures from cosmic events humanity had never observed: neutron star fusions, white dwarf detonations, and other celestial catastrophes predating Earth's formation. The sphere functioned like a recorder of the universe's most violent symphonies, preserving them through equations. The third decoded layer revealed orbital resonances, the mathematical harmonies that sustain celestial stability. Jupiter's moons, Saturn's rings, and even newly discovered exoplanets followed rhythms encoded in the design, all exhibiting perfect gravitational relationships. To the astonishment of scientists, the engravings included details of exoplanetary systems discovered only months prior to the sphere's arrival. A decisive breakthrough came from Dr. Lisa Park of Harvard when she projected the glyph patterns onto stellar charts. 3 of the sequences matched precisely with known sources of fast radio bursts, intense cosmic signals that travel billions of light-years with energies that defy standard astrophysics. But one pattern corresponded to coordinates marking a region utterly dark and empty, located between the Andromeda and Triangulum galaxies. The quantum AI proposed a chilling hypothesis that this void might not be truly empty. Something seemed to lie out there, waiting to be uncovered. Perhaps the sphere was transmitting navigational data, a kind of galactic GPS, guiding us toward regions of the cosmos still invisible to our instruments. Reality itself began behaving strangely, like a tuning fork responding to unknown vibrations. Simulations of the sphere's inner configuration demonstrated anomalies that contradicted 3 central laws of physics. Its layered shells didn't merely exist as passive materials, they emitted electromagnetic fields capable of bending light in ways considered impossible. While DARPA had explored metamaterial cloaking since 2018, the sophistication in this device's design outstripped anything humans had envisioned. When researchers modeled how electromagnetic radiation interacted with the spherical alloy, the data defied comprehension. Light didn't just curve, it spiraled, producing interference patterns inconsistent with established optics. Dr. Michael Torres at MIT repeated the digital test a dozen times, each producing identical outcomes. The structure behaved like a photonic processor, capable of computation through light itself. The 9. Floating microspheres appeared to serve a deliberate function. Arranged precisely at golden ratio intervals, they generated standing wave configurations. Exposing the system to certain frequencies caused it to resonate like an amplifier, a universal tuning fork capable of memorizing and reproducing any frequency it encountered. Caltech's research team constructed a chilling simulation using those exact frequencies etched onto the sphere's surface. The model didn't merely resonate, it created measurable distortions in local space-time, tiny yet undeniable warps in physical reality. Such behavior was inconceivable for objects made of aluminum and suspended components, yet mathematical models predicted the same effect again and again. Evidence implied the artifact wasn't solely symbolic or a data vault. It was operational, technology designed to interact directly with natural forces, functioning more like a hard drive that stores fields, gravitational imprints, magnetic patterns, and electromagnetic resonances. The device could, theoretically, send and receive information across the quantum vacuum itself. By mid-2025, whispers emerged across private collector networks. In Tokyo, an invitation-only auction reportedly featured another sphere, smaller than the Colombian one at 8 inches in diameter, yet identical in complexity. Though covered in different inscriptions, its seamless metallic layering, floating microspheres, and flawless construction matched perfectly. The anonymous collector refused to release it publicly, but leaked photos displayed the same visually disorienting geometry that stirred unease at first glance. The existence of two practically identical artifacts implied intentional placement, not coincidence. These weren't accidents, they were deliberate deposits on a planet that had just reached sufficient technological maturity to recognize them. The potential impact on science was immeasurable. Humanity's understanding of the cosmos still contains vast blind spots. Dark matter and dark energy compose most of existence, yet remain undetectable. Theories of quantum gravity are incomplete, and even the standard particle model leaves unresolved mysteries. These artifacts might hold the missing fragments of those puzzles. Dr. Chun from Caltech outlined a startling vision. Unlocking even 10% of the sphere's mysteries could revolutionize civilization itself. Energy extraction from quantum fluctuations could provide limitless clean power. Propulsion systems might manipulate space-time rather than expend fuel, enabling real interstellar travel. Medical diagnostics could detect illnesses at the probability wave level before physical symptoms ever appear. None of this was mere science fiction. The mathematical structure on the device's surface already supported such possibilities. But its most astonishing feature possibly related to consciousness itself. The sphere's ability to gain mass without absorbing matter, stabilize its temperature perfectly, and engage with electromagnetic environments hinted that it interacted with dimensions of reality still unknown. Some quietly speculated it might even possess a form of awareness not defined by biology. The most confounding mystery, however, remained its inexplicable increase in mass. It weighed only 2 kilos when first examined. Now it's over 10, one specialist recorded. Measurements confirmed: 16 pounds the first day, 20 by the 7th, 22 by the 14th, without material absorption or chemical change. Matter was appearing spontaneously, breaching the conservation of energy principle central to modern science. Multiple independent labs verified these weight shifts. Somehow, the object drew mass from elsewhere, possibly from quantum foam, the seething foundation of space-time itself, where virtual particles emerge and vanish. If verified, the technology represented mastery over the mechanisms of creation itself. Predictably, experts were divided. Jose Velasquez, a veteran meteoriticist, admitted he had never seen anything remotely similar. Julia Mossbridge from UC San Diego pushed for Harvard's Galileo project to lead further inquiry, recognizing the need for methodical, peer-reviewed study rather than internet speculation. Juan Velasco, the farmer who first discovered it, swore it emitted a low hum when his daughter sang within its vicinity, resonating exactly at 432 Hz, a frequency mythically regarded as cosmic. Footage circulating online remained unverified, but acoustic tests confirmed frequency responses aligned with its internal harmonic ratios. Evidently, the device can gauge with environmental vibrations rather than remain inert. NASA's request for research access offered no public explanation, and 3 major universities competed for the same privilege. Every institution involved understood that decoding even a portion of the technology could redefine civilization forever. Perhaps, though, the change had already begun. The object, symbolized either the most elaborate deception humanity had ever encountered or undeniable proof that we are not alone. More crucially, it demonstrated comprehension of physics far beyond current human capacity, as though its creators had mastered the mechanisms by which galaxies form, particles collapse, and matter arises from possibility. What we held in our hands might not just be a technological artifact, it could be the etched blueprint of existence itself.